This conference will now be recorded.
Few things. You already have done the assignments part. Fine. Some of the people are left, so expectations are that they will be doing by tomorrow end. Fine. Few concepts from that previous sessions, because in last sessions, if you remember, if you have taken the recording, we have worked on the data types, increment, decrement operators, and multiple other uh, concepts, how we can increment, how we can decrement, what is a pre-increment, post-increment, pre-decrement, post-decrement operators. Okay, now from that session, few concepts that are remaining, I'll just try to take 5-10 minutes, then we will work on next module and next topic. Okay, so what are those concepts? If you have worked on that part now, your assignments, fine, then you have almost done 90% correct things. Okay, a couple of questions are because these are based out of your concepts, I'll try to discuss. So see, if I'll just write like int a is equals to what, 11. Okay, that isn't correct syntax. But what about if I am going to write in this way as a post increment? Will this work? Hmm? No. So this is something, some invalid. If I'll just write invalid syntax with errors. Okay, so these are some invalid syntaxes which we should take care, because these are mostly asked in the interview questions. Okay, people will be asking to you, your interviews will be asking to you, tell me, Revati or Sagar, what will be the output of this code. They'll be just asking to you in this way, tell me what should be the output of this code. Will compiler be able to compile this code? No, because it has directly given you an error here, what, saying that invalid argument to operation plus plus. So make sure that you cannot directly apply the pre-increment, post-increment, or pre-decrement, post-decrement operators directly onto any numbers. These are always and always applied on what, your some variables. Okay, this is one of the concept. Fine, so this is applicable for all the numbers, you cannot do that. It's only applicable for what, your variables. Okay, now second concept is what, I'll just write it for you still. We can't apply the increment and decrement operators on numbers directly. That is an interview question. That's why, see, all these things whatever I am discussing up with you, these are very important small interview questions. Okay, but these matters. So this is one of the case. Now I'll just try to comment this out. What is the next concept is, guys, a small concept, that this one, plus 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 plus. So what happen if I'm just writing, or minus 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 minus, what I am, if you'll just ask Nishant, what if I am just typing in this way, like let it be b, and I am saying into a1 is equals to 11, and I am saying a1 plus plus. Okay, this is a correct concept. Fine, I think a1 is already taken. Let's take a2. If that isn't taken, fine. Okay, let's take a5, and then fine, probably that's taken, a5, and okay. Now see this thing, what is this? So int a5 is 11, int b is a5 plus plus. So what should be the output, guys? In this case, your system.out.println, if you have done the assignments and understood the concepts. So a5 will be not a5, it should be. Okay, so what will happen, this b will directly be given to your println. Okay, and the value of a5 was 11. So initially assignment operators worked for you, because because Java always work from left to right. Okay, fine. So first of all, the a5 11 value will be assigned to b, and then afterwards it will be incremented by 1. So what will be the output for this thing? It should see, it should print the same 11 for you. But now if I'm just going to print one more time this b value, what should be the value now? See this, it has, it is 11, because it has been incremented by 1, but it's not, just a second. Okay, we have not actually incremented this b part. Okay, now see this thing, if I'm trying to again print this value, so the initial value of b was your 11. Okay, I think there is some exception mistake. Just a second. Mm, just a second. I think it's taking from somewhere else. Okay, just wait for that thing. See, what I'm trying to explain you is this concept. Let us just remove this thing. Let's do this thing afterwards. This one. So is this a valid operator? Plus 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 plus. Hmm? It's not, because increment operator only and only works with this thing. That's a syntax for it. Or if I am saying a decrement operator, it works with minus minus. Okay, so plus plus I can assign to your uh, variable in the pre-increment case, and I can assign this plus plus to your post-increment case. But it these four types of plus don't work. This is another case. Okay, one important case is, let be, see now int let's take k is equals to your what, one value. Okay, what if I am saying int your n value is equals to k plus 1 int, just a second, what should be output in this case? N is also taken. I think a lot of things we have done here. Okay, so int l, let's take, what should be the output of this case? Your l value, tell me. K plus 1. See what happens in this case. K plus 1 is acting as a mathematical operations. Okay, there is no post increment, post decrement, nothing is there. So first of all, this thing will be executed, means k plus 1 will be there, value of k will be incremented by 1, then this value, what it was, your 1 plus 1, will be assigned to l. Okay, so in this way, this is a separate concept, and if I'll just write now k plus plus, okay, this becomes a separate concept. Fine. So don't confuse in this case what is k plus 1, because sometimes what happens, this k plus 1 people misunderstood with this k plus plus only, because obviously increment is done by the one value only. Fine, this is another case. Now this was few concepts, try to remember that part. In case of your interviews, the increment decrement, what assignments that I have given, most of the people have done correctly, but few concepts, few questions I want to discuss, because that was some conceptual miss from your end, though it was correct. So let's see this first case, and I'll just try to comment rest of the parts, because these are two interview questions, two three interview questions. Okay, fine. Okay, can you see this thing? Int I is value 11. Okay, value of int j is what, minus minus I plus plus. Okay, now first try to write in this way. This is valid, correct? You can increment your value of I by 1. I plus plus is valid operation. Now see this thing, this is also valid. Okay, whatever value you will be getting of incremented I, or whatever it is there, it will be a negative value, because it is saying negative and I plus plus. But if you apply in this way, and you will try to understand a concept like, I am doing pre decrement, then I am doing a post increment, this won't work. Okay, neither it will work outside the bracket. See, neither it will work outside the bracket nor within the bracket, if you will try to understand, because that's not a concept. You can just apply a pre increment, pre decrement, post increment, post decrement only one time on a variable. Okay, that's one of the concept. So the question that was put to you, it was correct. People have told that this is not correct. Okay, but the value that we have given minus minus, there is a mistake at line number 9. Okay, not with I plus plus, but with minus minus. Fine. So that is one of the important questions, was asked with my candidates multiple of the times, that's why I have kept this one. Now let us try to understand this care thing, though I have not told you this care concept much, what all things, but we will be covering in the next chapters. So what is the value of this a right now, character right now? It's a, correct? Then what will this give you? Plus plus character. So what happens in this case, this character has been incremented by one value. Okay, it will be incremented, since it is a pre-increment, so character will be incremented by one, then it will be assigned to the println. Okay, then you will be getting a print value. Just a second. Okay, see, so now the value is b. Now what happens if I am just saying print this, not that? the difference. So that was a concept from the previous class, just giving a refresher. So in this case, the ch value which was there in the initial level a is assigned to println first, and then the post increment will take place. Fine. Now let us just try to print this out again and see what will be the value for you. Can you see this now? In the initial case, in the 13th line, what happening? The initial value of a is assigned first, it is printed, then what happens after assigning and printing, it has been incremented to what? B. A plus 1 B means in a character terms, and then in the next line 14th, this character now has become B, it is assigned to print ln, and now you have printed. And now if you want to print again this part, so it will be incremented by 1 again, and once you print it, you will be getting a C. Fine. So this is the concept from the that interview question that I have shared up with you. Now, one thing, I want the answer of this question from everyone. I think most of the people have done it correct, but can you tell me what should be the answer of this one? I'll wait for 30 seconds and then you can just write it in your chat. Tell me. The initial value of double, it is saying 1.5, of D it is saying 2.5. What should be the printing thing? What should I get inside the console? Can everyone write? I just want to see that. Then we'll take up the next topic. Huh? I want to see it in chat. Okay, Sagar is saying 12. Can everyone please write? You have done the assignments, correct? Raja is saying 6. Okay. Nitin is saying 5.0. Okay, fine. Okay, so Sagar, how come that 12 value? Okay, let us try to understand this thing. Initial value of D is what? 1.5. What I have told you, D is 1.5. Okay, so this entire D plus plus for now it will be 1.5. Once this value is there, it will be incremented by 1. Okay, so for now D is what? 1.5 only, the initial value. After this thing, your D becomes what? 2.5 incremented by 1. Now plus sign is there, addition is there. Can you tell me now this D has become what? 2.5. Okay, now what should be the value of this thing? Because another value variable we have a big D. Okay, initial value of this big D is what? 2.5. It will be pre-incremented by 1, and what it should be there? 3.5. So what should be the value, guys? The final value of it? It will be 5.0. Nathan, you're correct, huh? Is there any doubt, Sagar? Did you misread it? Hmm? Okay, so Sagar, just try to complete the assignment, and if you want to have a look at the previous recording, just check that out. Your concepts will be cleared. Okay, that's why I'm saying that interview questions and these and assignments are very important, because it is going to build up your concepts, all the concepts. Okay, now this was all from that data types and all these increment decrement operators. You can practice lot many questions first from the assignments. Then if you want, I'll be giving you more. So let's move on our next session or next module, that is your strings. So today I'll be just discussing up with you what string concatenations. Okay, the memory management and all these things, how we can actually assign a variable to string, and all that part will be discussed in the later advanced chapter. Because for now, try to understand how we can actually add a string with a number, multiple numbers, multiple strings, how we can do that, because that's a very really important question concept. Okay, interviewers are the favorite subject and the concept to ask. So see this, I'm just writing int a is what? 10, and I'm writing int b is what? 20. These are the two variables being given to their value 10 and 20. Okay, that's it. Now, so these are the data types, primitive data types that I have already talked in the first session. These data types should be started with the smaller letters. Okay, but what happens for the non-primitive data type or for the classes, that should always be started with what? Your capital letters. Okay, so string x, if I am just taking hello, and I'm taking one more string, that is your y. Fine, that's a separate variable. So see, so strings are basically what? Try to understand. Strings are those data types, or we can say the non-primitive data types that I have discussed in the previous session, inside which we can store anything. If you want to store any string, you can do like hello. If you want to store any sort of a number, you can do that. If you want to store any sort of a alphanumeric or special characters, you can do that. So whatever you want, a single character, whatever you want, you can store it inside a string. That's why from the Java perspective, strings are really important, okay, for anything you want to do. And that's why it is always recommended and advised that if you don't want to have some mathematical calculations or the operators you have to perform, kindly store your Aadhaar card, your account numbers, PAN card, mobile numbers, some sensitive data, username, passwords, all inside the strings. Fine, because we cannot manipulate them. We don't have to do any sort of a calculations on them. We just want to store it, fine, in a string format. Okay, that's a basic concept of string. In the further sessions, advanced sessions, we'll be discussing more on the strings. But now see this. So you can see we have two strings x and y with hello in Selenium. We have two integers with a and b. Okay, now let us just try to understand what are the mathematical operations we can perform on first your this integer part. Okay, can you tell what should be the expected output in this case? A plus b, simple. It should be giving you what? 30. 10 plus 20. 30. It's very simple. It's no person can understand. Now understand this. If I'm saying, Sagar, tell me the output of this thing, fine, what should be the output? I'm trying to add what? A number 10 with hello. Okay, so what should be the output in this case? Should it give a error, compilation error, execution error, or should it give what? Your 10 plus hello, or what? See, understand this thing. In the above case, this plus was acting as a mathematical addition, mathematical operator. Okay, in the 16th line, this plus is actually acting as a concatenation operator. Okay, though it seems similar to your plus mathematical operator, but obviously, can we add a number and a string? Is that possible in the real case scenario? No, it is not possible. Fine. So what should be the output of this case? A plus x. See, the output in this case will be what? It 10 hello. So what it does, it just printed the letter 10, the integer 10, and it concatenated it. Concatenated means what? It just added it, the string. Okay, obviously we cannot have any value for this thing, so just concatenated it. Fine. So this plus operator, so try to understand, if a person is trying to add any value, either it is integer, float, your double, whatever it is there, with any of the string type, it will always be concatenated. Fine. This is actually called the concatenation and string concatenation, and not the actual addition, because obviously we cannot add an integer and a what string value. Now let us just try to understand what should be the output of this case. uh, okay, I'm just saying print x plus y. What should be the output of this case? Here also, whether I am having one string value to be added with the integer, or I am having what? Two string values to be added. Obviously, I cannot do the mathematical operation on this thing. So this is also called as a string concatenation. Now what I am doing, I'm just trying to add hello and Selenium with each other. So what should be the output of this case? It should be what? Hello Selenium directly. See this. Correct? Fine. Understood the concept? Hmm? So if you are adding two numbers, do whatever you want, either float, double, whatever you want, it will be a mathematical pure operation. But if you consider one string value, it comes to your place a string value, then try to understand, you cannot actually add. Okay, now this is very simple case. If you have understood, it's got a good, because we are going to now deep dive into that part. Okay, you understood one string, one integer, two strings. Okay, both these concepts are clear. Now let us just try to move ahead and tell me what should be the difference, answer of this question. If I'm adding a plus b plus x plus y, what should be the output of it? Hmm? Where it should be 10, 20 hello Selenium, or what? See, in this case, I told you Java always works from where? Left to right. It's a left to right execution. So A, it will be started from here. A plus B is what? Hmm? Your 30, correct? This A plus B will be concatenated now with what? X, because X is a string value. So it should be giving us this hello. Then this entire thing will be concatenated with what? Y. So Selenium. Will this be your answer? Hmm? Should we check? Check this out. This should be 30 hello Selenium. Why is that? Because this A and B are your integer values and Java starts from left to right. So A plus B did what? 10 plus 20. This 10 plus 20 will now be concatenated with what? X value, that is a hello. Okay. It will be 30, then hello, and obviously we got a Y, another string value, it should be Selenium. So the entire, this is actually the interview question who multiple times asked because people do a mistake in this case. Okay, but once you understand the concept and all these things, it will be super easy for you. It will be actually easy to digest once you are conceptually clear. Okay, now tell me this thing. Let us see how much you have understood. If I'll write x plus y plus a plus b, in this case what should be the output? Hmm? Tell me. Now same thing, start from the left to right. X plus y. Now what happens in this case? X is what? A string. Y is what? Your another string. It will be concatenated with what? First of all, what will be there? Tell me. Hello. uh, Hello Selenium. Fine. Then this will be concatenated with what? A, or A plus B will be there. Hmm? What should be the response? Hello Selenium 30 will be there, or what? Or this one? Tell me. Hello Selenium 1020. Tell me what should be the response in this case? Hello Selenium 30 or Hello Selenium 1020? See, check this and then understand the difference. See, what happens? You understood that x plus y is obviously going to give you hello Selenium because it is a concatenation. Now what happens if you are doing this thing from the left to right as you are doing? So this will be a complete string, this hello Selenium. Fine. Now this string will be what? Concatenated. Obviously you cannot add a to this string as we are moving left to right. So first of all, what will happen? Hello Selenium will be added to a value is 10, and once this becomes a string again, this entire value will then be concatenated with what? 20. It is not, okay, it's not like that a plus b are doing first. It's not a BODMAS operation, correct? Not a mathematical operation. Got my point? So your answer will be what? Hello Selenium 1020. Fine. This is also again a output based important interview question. Now see this. See this. Your concepts will be cleared now. See this part. If I am saying in this way, okay. Now see this thing. Tell me guys, what should be the answer of this case? I am saying x plus y should be added with what? Inside the bracket a plus b. Now it is there. So obviously, hello Selenium, we all know that it should be printing like this. Now what should be there? Whether it should print 10, 20 or 30. See this thing. Now see this. Your response should be hello Selenium 30. Why? Because this is a bracket, and always in case of your BODMAS or mathematical operations, brackets are always used first. So this bracket value will be what? 30. Fine. And this x plus y is hello Selenium, that will be concatenated with what? 30 value. Okay, got me? Understandable? Hmm? So this is the concept. Now let's see some more important thing. Okay, let us, if I'm just saying in this way, now add this, is that a plus x b plus y? Okay, let us just try to print in this way now guys. Tell me, a plus x plus b plus y. Now what a is there? 10. Fine. What x is there? Hello. So a is all obviously an integer value, x is a string value, so a plus x will be giving what? 10 hello. It will then be concatenated with what? 20, and then Selenium. So what will be the response? 10 hello 20 Selenium. Correct? Fine. Easy. Got getting me now? Hmm? Just a second, let me just decrease the font. Okay, fine. Okay, now let us just see a few more things. Now you guys will tell me, I'll be taking a double value. Anything you can take, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'll be just taking a double value is equals to 12.33. Fine. And then I am taking again double value d2 is equals to 14 point, let it be 56. Fine. This is the double value that we have discussed. Fine. Now what should be the output in this case? If I am saying your c plus d plus x plus y. Oh, sorry. D1 plus D2. Fine. Now tell me in this case, what should be the output, guys? Hmm? So D1 and D2 is what? First, D1 and D2. It's 12.33, 14.56. It's a mathematical, a number, correct? So what output should be there? 12.33, 4.56, hello selenium, or these should be added first because D1 and D2 are the mathematical terms and the integer values or a double value we can say. And then see, first of all, check the answer, then I'll explain you. Hmm? Hopefully people have understood, but for those who have not, try to understand. As this was done in this case, a plus b, see, a plus b was added first. Okay, 10, 20, 30. Okay, similarly case is this d1 plus d2 will give you 12.33 plus 14.56 will obviously give you something like this value, correct? A decimal additions. Then it will be concatenated with what? Your string value hello, and it will be concatenated with what? A selenium. That is your correct response. The entire string it becomes now. Okay, so try to understand. Whatever we have a number, whatever data type we have, byte, short, int, long, float, or double. See, if it is being added to a string, it will be concatenated. But if these two numbers, two bytes, two shorts, two int, two long, two float, two double are being added first, then the addition of that will take place. Okay, but if a number and a string is getting added, it will be called as concatenation and not the addition. Okay, now I'll just make it a little more not complex, but a little lengthy. Fine. And I'll say try to d1 plus d2, okay, then plus x plus y and plus a plus b. Now this is good question. Tell me what should be the output in this case. Hmm? Tell me. You'll understand the concept, guys. It is simple. I have already told you. D1 and D2 are what? Are mathematical terms, your values, some integer double value. So it should be added first. Then plus sign is there. We have your string value. So the addition will be concatenated with hello. Hello will be then concatenated with what? Selenium. Okay, I'll just remove this y again. Okay, fine. Then this selenium part will be concatenated or a mathematical addition will be there. Hmm? Now this till here it will be acting as a complete string. This plus will be acting as a concatenation operator. It will be added to a. What is the value of a? 10, and then 10 will be concatenated with b and not the 10 plus 20, 30. Correct? So the answer should be what? Same thing. This is your output d1 plus d2 x plus y hello selenium and 10, 20. This should be your answer. See, hello selenium 10, 20. Correct? Now, just to make you more clear on this point, tell me now what should be the response and output in this case, guys. Okay, I've just put a bracket at the end. Okay, tell me now. I'm just expecting a correct answer from you right now. Hmm? Any doubts? Obviously, we have done this in this way. Correct? We have done that. It's just like we have, expanded the operation. What should be the response, guys, in this case? So d1 plus d2 is obviously a mathematical terms, mathematical operation. Both are integers or both are some float or a double value. Addition will take place first, 26.89. Okay. Then it will be concatenated with what? Your hello, and then with your selenium. Fine. This will also remains the same. Now what happens in this case? This is the entire string has become that I have printed with you. This plus operator is now doing a mathematical operation within because of this brackets. So the bracket value is what? 30. So it has become 30. So this is the concatenation operator, but this is a what? Your a plus b inside a bracket is a mathematical additions of numbers. Okay, check the output in this case. It should print this way only. Let's just a second. Okay, see this thing. Is it? Fine. Can you check the difference from here? Because there was no bracket in the earlier case. Fine. Now we have a bracket in this case, and first the mathematical operation will take place, and then all these things are concatenation. Okay. Hopefully it is clear now. Fine. Let us see few more examples, guys, because I'm explaining it to you with different ways, with different data types, because that's really very important. Hmm? You will be using all these things in your automation frameworks once you are able to create now. So you will understand that why Nishant is teaching all these things, because these are very smaller concepts important for the interviews and for your automation frameworks once you will be designing it in the later half. Fine. Now see this thing. I'm writing two float values. So we have to write the float values with what? F, correct? At the end, if you remember. Fine. Now I'll just write 6 and this again. So we have two float values. Okay. Now tell me what should be the output in this case. Tell me. Uh, Simple. I hope now everyone will be able to understand. X is hello, Y is selenium, F1 is 11.3, F2 is 12.66. What should be the output in this case? Hmm? First, F1 and F2 will be added in the terms of mathematical operations because both are the mathematical values. Fine. Then it will be concatenated with what? Hello, and it will be concatenated with what? Your selenium. So see this thing. Uh, See, correct? The addition of this 11.3 and 12.6 is 23.96, and then concatenated with the hello and then selenium. Fine. Okay. Now, one more thing, just to clear up more, if you have some doubts, I want to do a addition of uh, now in this way. Tell me now first what it is happening here. No mathematical operation is there. I know because f1 is what? An integer or a float or a decimal value, but x is what? You're a string value. So I have told you that if you got some addition which you have to do with an integer or any numeric value with a string value, then it will be regarded as the concatenation. So f1 plus x will be concatenated with what? F2, and it will be later on concatenated with what? Your y, that is your selenium. So the entire expressions will work without any additions in this way. 11.3 hello, 12.66 and your selenium. Fine, easy, understandable, digestible. Hmm? Okay, let us see this thing, with your character value also, guys. How character will behave. We have a character a is there, and I am saying, guys, print me, or interview is saying, tell me the output of this thing. Your x plus a, let it be. What is x? Selenium, your hello. X is your hello. Fine. What should the output in this case? Will this be hello a, or hello ch, or hello some numeric value, or what? Hmm? Tell me. Oh, I just printed a. It should be okay. uh I'm just saying this one. Yeah. So tell me. Hmm? Hello a. Any doubt? Simple. If I just print a value, a capital value of this a, what should be the value? It's simple. A character is being added to your string. So I told you, if you have to add anything with a string, na, just concatenate it. No addition, no subtraction, nothing will work. Only concatenation. So what will give you? This thing. That's it. Got me? Now, can you ask Nishant, will this work on Boolean values also? Hmm? Will this work? If I'll just say flag is equals to true, because obviously in Boolean we don't have any other values except your true and false, and I'll be telling you the use cases of these true and false and later on in the, once we are discussing with your if else concepts, your loops and all these part. But for time being, understand what should be the value of this thing. If I am writing your flag and saying plus okay, x plus y, tell me what should be the output. So what is flag? Flag is true. Hmm? Will be giving some garbage value, or true hello selenium, or what? See this. Simple, guys. You have understood all the concepts now. See, what is the difference? It is intact. Try to understand, one thing is very common, it is fixed, that whatever value, integer, character, float, double, byte you are adding to a string now, it will be concatenated. Okay, the only difference comes when you find a bracket of those mathematical terms. Then obviously from the BODMAS concept, B is for bracket, we have to open the bracket and inside whatever expression is there, we have to add it. Okay, other than that, if you're adding it with boolean, character, float, double, everything will work with the string in the concatenation format only. Fine. Now tell me this thing, if I'm writing this total, just as a practical use case, 200, I'm saying you go to a restaurant, your total bill becomes, what total amount is 200, you have your bill to be paid, a minimum bill is 100, and then how can we write this if we have to represent? Hmm? See, your total is, see why I'm writing this thing, why I told you this string concatenation. Can you see this thing? Whatever it you are writing in your double quotes, it will be counted as a string. So what value you will be printing? Hmm? You will be printing your bill, or your total is what? See, this is printed. Fine, this is a string value. Now what if I am saying that try to integrate or concatenate this string with your numeric number with your total bill? What should be the response? What should be the output in this case? Hmm? The concept that we have already understood, that your string will be concatenated, okay, with your numeric value. That's how we actually write the automation frameworks. If we want to print it on the console, or wherever we want, that's really very important to understand, because people don't understand what is this, why you have written this string, and where we have to actually assign a plus operator. So this is not a plus operator. For the string things, it is a concatenation operator. Okay, now see this thing, just to make you more clear. Understand this. What will be the response to this, guys? Now tell me, bill plus total, are these any string values? Are there any one string one numeric value? No, both are what? Both are numeric value. So it will be just addition of both these two, 300, that's it. Fine. Now if I am saying, guys, Sagar or Nitin, just print the total bill amount, how will you do that? Hmm? There are two ways to do that. You can actually store it inside a total bill, like this. See this thing, try to understand, you will be able to get all the things. Total plus bill, and what you will do, that you are going to just print the total bill, uh, total bill, correct? First is this case, you will be able to do this thing, that I am going to print the directly variable value, and total plus bill is obviously going to give me what? 300. Fine. Fine. Now another way, see this thing, another way, I'll just comment it out. See this thing now. We will use it via string thing. So your total bill becomes what? This is a string. Fine, fine. I am doing a concatenation with what? The same thing that I told you. Total plus bill. That's it. Hmm? This work. Tell me why there's a mistake. Just because this colon were outside these quotes. See, just just I'll just give you explanation of this thing. See, this is the string. Whatever you are writing, guys, in your double quotes, it will be counted as a string. But outside this thing, if it was by mistake outside of this string, so it was taking error that neither this is a string value. What you have done? Just put this inside. And now, yeah, let's back to the concept. What will print? The same thing that I was telling to you. If you have something inside the brackets, it will be counted first. Fine. The total will be done. Total plus bill will be 300, and this plus operator will then be concatenated with what is string value. So your total bill becomes what? Similar. See, fine. Why I told you all these things are above part? Hmm? Why there was a bracket? Fine. Now see. Just one more thing. Don't get confused. I'm just removing the bracket, guys. Just remove the bracket. Now tell me, what should be the response of this case? Hmm? Will it still print you 300, or will it print your total bill becomes 200 concatenated with 100, or what? Now see the difference. That's why I told you the concept part. See the difference. See what is the response? 200 and 100. Why? Because now this, since has come out of your brackets, this will be your string, and string concatenation with your integer or float or whatever it is there, it will be counted as a concatenation only, and this will be concatenated then what your bill value. That's why your response will be 200 and 100, both concatenated. Okay, that was a, you know, catch. Fine. I hope you understand the things now, becoming easier for you to understand. Fine. That's why, people just what do? They do a mistake of just printing it like plus total plus bill, understanding it will going to give you a solution or a total amount. It's not like that there. Okay. Now one more thing, if you will ask me, Nishant, can we have a concatenation or something like this with other mathematical operators in string case? See this thing. If I'm saying string, your s2 is what, again, let it be Nishant. Fine. And I am saying, see, so just s2 divide by 2. Will this work? See, this is string divide by 2. Will this work? No. String percentage modulus 2. Will this work? No. It's all giving us the error. Minus. Will this work? No. What about plus? Will this work? Yes. Because that's not a mathematical operation. It's just a concatenation. What is the response I'm expecting from here? Nishant 2. That's it. That's why this is not a mathematical plus, guys, not a addition. It is a concatenation, and no other operators will work with the strings. Like neither your modulus I told, nor your division, nor your, what, just, yes, multiplication, nothing will work, because we're not doing obviously a addition or mathematical operations. For that we have the numbers, we have the integers, bytes, short, long, double, multiple things we have. Hmm? Correct. Okay. So if it has become clear to you, just try to understand few more things, because see, all these things obviously once we are, full-fledged into automation, all these things won't be explaining to you every day. You should be, understanding these things now only. That's why these are very important concepts. Okay, now let us just understand, and you will now telling me what should be the response of this case. Simple, very simple. Huh? What should be the response, guys? 10, 20, 30, hello world, or what? Tell me. Hmm? This is a mathematical operation. The addition is with the numbers, these are not the strings. So it will be what? 30, 30 plus 20, 50, 60, and 60 will then be concatenated with hello, and hello will be concatenated with what? Word. So 60 hello word, or what? Huh? 60 hello word. It's fine. Now tell me, what should be the, if I'll just cut it from here, cut it. Okay, and then now tell me now, tell me. So guys, just understand. Now this integer values and additions have become at the last. So what will happen? This hello will be first concatenated with word, and this will become an entire string, which will be concatenated with 10 first. Okay, then it will be concatenated as 20, and then with the 30. So in this case your response will be hello world 60, or 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. That's the difference. Okay, fine. In the earlier case, see, understand, in the earlier case, yeah, if I'm going from left to right, your 10 is the first value that will be added to 20. Can you do an addition? Yes, you can do. And we are going from left to right, obviously we can do. But in this case, control X, can you do an addition now? No, we cannot do. We are not moving from right to left, we're actually moving from left to right, from hello world. So once these are already concatenated, it will become an entire complete big string, which will be then concatenated with what? 10, and then with 20, and then with 30. Okay, fine. I hope you understand the concept now. Hmm? Okay, now one more thing. I hope you are understanding and enjoying. 12 point will take some. whatever value you want, 14.76, and just take hello and then word. Cool, cool. Okay, let us try to make it more complex because you have now understood the concept. Now tell me guys, this should be very simple if you understand it. you know don't just rush to answer, just understand it. Hmm? Understand. See what happens. Now this is the mathematical term. So first of all, addition will be there of the double values, 12.22 plus 14.76, whatever value you will be getting, that will now be concatenated with hello. Hello will then become, this will become now complete string. This will be concatenated with word, and this will then be concatenated with what? 10, 20, 30, or 60. See, we have a bracket here. So this will be a complete addition. The addition will come out of the bracket, and the response will be what? I don't know the addition. Just check it. So it'll give you what? Some addition, hello word, and your 60. That's it. Okay. And if you want to just understand more and want to see that what should be the response of it, then obviously at the end 10, 20, 30 will be expected as a string value. So 10, 20, 30, not an addition, since it is not in a bracket. Hmm? Cool. Able to understand? Okay. Okay, I think this is done for that string part. A lot of things I have told you. Kindly, obviously, once that recording is ready, I'll just share up with you guys. Take a recording, just check it out. That's why we have kept the sessions on the weekends, because I want you to give the enough time to understand what I am teaching. Okay, it's not about finishing up the course. It's about understanding things what I'm teaching, and if you are able to get it or not. Hmm? Okay, let us now understand the character concepts. How characters are working, and character concept is there because in the first class I told you there are some unicodes and ASCII values. So just check this out. If I'm just writing guys, character C1 is equals to what? If you remember, what is the range or a size of the character we have? Hmm? 1 byte, 2 byte, or what? Hmm? See, the character can only store a single digit character, not a line, not a double digit. If I'm just storing an, won't be possible, giving you a directly error. So only single character, either as some special characters, some Chinese, Arabic characters, space characters, numericals, anything you want to store, do it only in a single value. Okay, if I'm just writing guys this thing with you, character C1 is A, character C2 is B, and I am asking you, tell me Nitin, what should be the response of this case, your this thing, and I'm asking what should be the response of this thing. It's very simple. Hmm? What should be the answer output of this thing? A B, B A, some numeric value, or what? Hmm? It's simple. A B, it's simple. Correct. We have not done any sort of conceptual thing here right now. Hmm? Now understand. Now forget about concatenation. That will only be possible when you have one string assigned. Okay, fine. You should be having one string value at least to do the concatenation. If you say, Nishant, what if I am having double float values, integer values to be added? It will be surely added. What if now I am having a character to be added? See, what if I am saying that I am going to add two characters, C1 plus C2? What should be the response in this case? AB, BA, some numeric value addition, or what? Hmm? Tell me. I know most of the people don't know, but it should be the 195 response. And how, I'll explain you. See, what happens, guys? I told you in the very first class. I'll just open. I have saved it or not. The maths operator, data types. Yeah, in the data types, um, I told you just a second. Yeah, can you see this thing? I told you that character is also coming from the numeric type, and I told you I'll explain it to you later and prove it how it is coming. Okay, characters are obviously a single digit letter, or a whatever we can say a English alphabet, but these characters, what, obviously might have a knowledge that these are being assigned some Unicode or a ASCII value to it. ASCII are some American standard values that are being assigned to every special character, or some numerical character also, or single digit character, some values assigned. Okay, now let us just go directly on this thing and check it. What is that? ASCII table. uh, so ASCII table will remains common and it's very global for everything. Either you are working on Python or anything you want, but that's we just want, okay, yeah, we just want a ASCII table, and I'll just zoom it for you. Mm, okay, just a second. Yeah, okay, cool. So can you see this thing, guys? Can you see this? Now try to understand. Obviously ASCII value you have understood, from the very smaller classes. It's told in 10th, 12th and graduations. See, on the very right side, can you see the characters A, B, C, A to Z characters? Hmm? Can you check what is the value on the left hand side, the decimal value? We actually deal in the decimal terms, decimal values in the real time. Can you see what is the decimal value, or the what is the value of character A? It is 97. And what is for Z, Z? That is 122. So the range of A to Z in terms of your decimal or the numeric value is from 97 to what? 122. Hmm? And what I wrote, character 1, what I wrote, A plus B. Okay. So what A plus B will give you? 97 plus 98 is what? 195. That's what it is printing. It is actually printing the addition of the two characters, but taking its numerical value. Hmm? Fine. Same thing. I'll just to tell you for the capital letters. Can you see this in the third row? The capital letter A, the value of ASCII value of character A capital is 65, and it will go to Z capital Z 90. So for capital A to Z, it is 65 to 90. For small a to Z, it is 97 to 122. So this is the only thing, guys, that you have to remember for this character part. None other values, because there are a lot of values for spatial characters, spacing, Arabic characters, and multiple things are there. So we have around 16,000 Unicodes, okay, for all these values, around for all characters, and this ASCII value is one of those. ASCII value comes under that 16,000 characters only. Fine. So you got me now why this C1 plus C2 is printing. So this is very, very, very important question. For interview, people just print blindly AB. That's not the case. See, what happens if I'm just saying, now try to understand. What happens if I'm just saying, see, now understand the difference from the string also. I'll just quickly write S1 is equals to, we have to use the double quotes, and a string S2 is what? Yeah, same thing. But these are not the characters, these are the string values. So what if I'm saying that print me the addition of this thing now? Tell me, what should be the addition of now? Now you can say it is will be AB. These are not the characters. These are the direct string values. Huh? Got me? This is what the difference and how the strings are being taken care of, and what there is a difference with your this character value ch1 plus ch2. Let me write it right now only. Ch1. Sorry. Okay, got me? So that's how you have to just learn simply, because everyone know this thing. What is the range of that small a to z? Tell me. Tell me. 97 to 122, and range for capital A to Z is what? What? Just forgot. See, guys, capital 65 to 90. 65 to 90 and 97 to 120. Just learn it. Okay. Even if you're not able to learn it, I'll just tell you how you have to remember it. 65 to what? 90. Got me? Now, same thing if I'm just writing C. Okay, B, capital letter and capital B. What should be the output of it? Capital letter value of capital letter is 65 in numeric value, and B is 66. So 131, I think. 65 plus 66, what you'll get? You'll get 131. Correct? This is the difference. This is how the numeric values are being assigned internally. Okay, so just try to understand if someone, because interviewer will ask you very simple questions, but will make you more complex because of these concepts knowledge that we don't have. Huh? Got me? So now we understand the range of the characters from bigger A to bigger Z. It will be obviously 65 to 90. Smaller A to smaller Z, it will be what? 97 to 120. In the similar way, see, in the similar way, if I am telling you what is the range of 0 to 9, we have a value or range for your numeric value also. Because how many numeric values we have? It's 0 to 9. In everything is based on those numeric values only. So from 0 to 9, we'll start from here. From 0 to 9, 0 to 9, yeah, and the values, decimal values, what we have, 0 to 9. That's it. Or from where it is there. Hmm? Got me? So that's the case. So see, sorry, that was not the thing. This is the character value 0 to 9. That was a hexadecimal value. Sorry for that. So the range of 0 to 9 is what? 48 to 57. Now let us just try to do an experiment for that also, and I'll just try to take ch1 as an 0. Okay, we know that now the range is 48 to, I think, 57. Yeah, a range for 0 to 9 is what? 48 to 57. Just a small example. Okay, I told you we can actually write anything inside a character, but it should be a single digit. Okay, 0 to 1. Now if I am asking you print ch1 plus ch2, what should be the response? Whether it should be 0 plus 1 1, or what? 48, the value of 0 is, decimal value is 48, and your 1 will be 49. So what will be the output? It should be the 97. 448, yeah, 48 plus 49 should be the 97. Hmm? So for every character there is a value, so try to understand not to print just directly the addition of it. Okay, if you have to use the addition, whatever you want to use in terms of your string, use that strings only as a data type. Fine. So whenever we are doing an addition for the characters, understand we have to keep in mind the ASCII values. Directly if we are printing the characters, that's fine. Okay, but if we want to, do an addition or some mathematical calculation, whatever we want to do on characters, every time the ASCII value will come into picture. Okay, now tell me this thing, guys. Similar concept. If I am saying ch1 minus ch2, this is a simple mathematical calculation, because obviously it's an addition, it's a subtraction. What should be the response of this case? 0 minus 1 minus 1, or what? So what happens in this case? 48 minus 49, it will become minus 1 in this way, because the ASCII value of ch1 is what? Uh, huh? Got me? Why I'm getting minus 1? ch1 is 0, and 0 character value is what? 48. 1 is what? 49. So 48 minus 49 is minus 1. Hmm? So in this way we can do the mathematical calculations on characters, but never on the strings. Okay, it's possible on your boolean string, your boolean int, double float, characters, everything we can do, but two things are exceptions. We can never have a mathematical operations on a string, and obviously second is your boolean. Okay, and that's why character also belong from your numeric type family. I hope you understand the things now. Hmm? Okay, cool. So just a few more things that you can actually practice from your end. If I'm just writing a single character, like this thing, a special character, and I'm just typing this a, so what should be the response in this case? Dollar plus a will give you dollar a, or what? No, it'll be doing an addition of your what? The ASCII values. 101. So a is what? A is, see, bigger a is 65. Okay, and whatever value is there from the dollar, I don't want to spend more time on this thing, so I'll just take a dollar. Yeah, dollar is 36. So 65 plus 36 is what? 101. Okay, so for every character we have some values assigned for the ASCII terms. Okay, fine. Now I'll just do one more thing. If you will can understand. Okay, now I'm just trying to concatenate or come make string comes into picture. Okay, that will give you a good understanding. And what will be the response of this thing if I am typing ch1 plus ch2? Tell me, tell me, what should be the response of this case? Hmm? Will this be hello world 48 49, hello world 97, or what? Hmm? Come on, guys, we have do this same thing. Hello world ch1 ch2, yeah, sorry, 0 1, huh? See, so what is the value of ch1? Hmm? Tell me. It is 0. The character is 0. Okay. 48. Since we are not doing, guys, see, understand, since we are not doing any sort of mathematical calculations here, the ASCII value will never come into picture. Now, see the difference. See the difference. Now here the mathematical calculations comes into picture because of this bracket. Now this 97 will come because the value of 0 is 48, 1 is 49. You have put the same into brackets. We will do it addition and then a concatenation with the hello word. Got me? Hmm? Boggled your mind, huh? But these are very important concepts. So understand, that's what I am saying. If you are adding any string with any character or anything with whatever you want, okay, it will be just a concatenation, never an addition, never a subtraction, never a multiplication. But as soon as you put something inside a bracket, so that bracket content will be executed first, or internally it will be added or subtracted. Hmm? Got me? Fine. Okay. Now tell me, what if I want to know the character value or the ASCII value of any character? What should we do? So there is basically a concept of a typecasting that I'll explain you more deeply, but just try to understand uh, one thing. Okay. Now if I just want to understand what should be the character value of this ASCII value of 0, I don't know, let it be. What should we do this thing? So I have just printed, for now I've just printed ch1. What will be the print for me? 0. Fine. Or 48, it will be 0, correct? Because I'm just directly printing the ch1, that's the character value. Now what if I want to know, because I let it be, I don't know anything, I don't know the character ASCII values. So what I'll just do, I'll typecast it. Okay, what I am trying to do it here, that I am trying to convert this ch1, okay, whatever value it has been assigned to a byte value, byte data type. Or we can also do a short data type, or to an what, in data type. So what this internally will do, guys, this ch1, okay, ch1 for now I know it is 0, but if I'm going to convert it into a string value, or so your integer or numeric value, obviously this ch1 will be converted with what, your ASCII value. I'll be getting an ASCII value of it. Fine. See this thing, whether I'll be getting or not. Check this, 48, I got that. So in this way I can do a direct, can I do this thing? Can I check the what is the ASCII value of your capital A? Can I do that? Huh? Check it out. 65. That's it. Smaller A, what is 97? Now we know 97 to 122 and 65 to 90. That's it. 97. Cool. So this is what, guys, typecasting. Hmm? I think you're able to understand things now. Okay. That's what. It is always recommended to typecast the, or use the smaller data types. If you want to store 10, 20, 30, always use byte. If you have some thousands of values, thousands of numbers, store using your what, short variable, short data type. If you have lakhs of data, store it inside the integer. But in Java, integer is the most common data type with everyone uses. Hmm? Correct? I hope it is clear now. You are able to understand things. Now, tell me one more thing. If I say that Sagar, what I want, not the integer value right now. I want the character value of any integer or any character, anything. What should we do in this case? If I am saying I want to know the what character value of this 97. So what should you do now? You should typecast it to character. That's it. Typecast is actually doing a conversion from here to here, from right to left. Okay, whatever you are writing this value, it will be typecasted. Okay, just understand in terms of a layman terms, a conversion is there. See, A, smaller a, value of, or your character value of 97 ASCII value is what? A smaller a. That's it. Hmm? Okay, so these are, I think, understandable. Fine. Okay, now just try to either write it or whatever you want. Okay, try to understand. If I am adding any string value, okay, with anything, fine, what it is there, this is concatenation. Next, if I am adding numeric value with string, so first addition because of that numeric values, and then concatenation, correct, with the string value. Fine. Next concept, understand. So if I am doing what, numeric plus numeric, it will always be giving me what, addition. If I am doing character plus character addition, what will be giving me? Hmm? Numeric ASCII value addition, correct? Fine. One more thing. What if I am doing character plus string? As I told you, string with anything will give you what? Concatenation. That's it. Hmm? Got me? Fine. So this is the concept for what? Your character concepts along with your string concepts and concatenations and all these things. Try to remember, try to understand, try to practice. Fine. Okay. Now let's move to one more important concept, that is a typecasting. Fine, because that is important thing. I really don't want to close the session right now. uh, that is one more important concept. Then I think from tomorrow we'll do some coding and other things, because these are really very important, which I am explaining to you. Neither you will find it more of the books, because a process of flow is there. Okay, all these things are available on the online modules, but you won't be able to understand. Fine. So I'll give you some assignments also, but do check this recording again, whatever it is written. Okay, then try to understand why I am explaining this to you. Okay, now let us just try to take what, let us take your 2 byte values. Okay, what is the range of the byte? 1 byte, 2 byte, 4 byte, 8 byte, what? Hmm? It is taking 1 byte only, 8 bits. A memory consumption, memory utilization. Okay, now let's see if I am writing byte b3 is equals to, I am telling the Java to do the addition of these two numbers. Just it. I'm just telling that do the addition of b1 plus b2, and I want to get a 30. Can you see why there is an error here? Why I'm getting this an error? It is saying cannot convert from int to byte. Why it is so? So the Java understand internally that the range of byte that I have explained to you in the first chapter, range of byte lies from minus 128 to where? 127. Okay. Obviously, I cannot store more than 127 in positive numbers inside the byte. But can you check this, b1 and b2 is still becoming 30 only. That's coming in the range. But even then I'm getting an error that you cannot actually add and store it inside the another byte. Why? See, because Java is very smart in this case. Okay, and this is very predefined in Java, that if you are adding any 2 byte numbers, then you have to take a larger data type to store those additions. Okay, so if I am taking short, will this work? No. So we have to take at least the integer value to store either 2 byte numbers or two short numbers. Okay, the reason I'll just tell you in a minute. See, after taking int, just the values, errors are gone, and you are good to print your b3 or addition, do whatever you want. But it is saying don't take short value. Okay, for addition, don't take byte value for addition if you're doing an addition. Why? Because it understands that let 10 and 20 be the fixed value for now. But what if I am getting some values in byte in return from your program? Like if I'm doing an automation and if I am getting the product cost, okay, in byte value, but the addition of those 2 bytes is becoming excessive and it's reaching out of the range. Hmm? So Java is very smart in this case, and it says that you have to use at least the int variable or the data type to store either the addition of the 2 bytes, okay, or the two shorts. So short plus short should be stored inside the int, and byte plus byte should also be at least stored inside the what, int. Okay, now if I'm trying to store it inside the long, will it allow? Yes, because that's greater than int. Lesser than int, it's not acceptable. Whatever you want to store inside the float, int, double, you can do that, but obviously not the byte and the short. Hmm? Now you can print these values. See, b3, it's very well printed. uh, 30. Hmm? Fine. Okay, now let us just try to understand two typecasting is there. One is your what, widening typecasting, and second is your what, your narrowing typecasting. Okay, now understand this thing. I'll just try to open okay, whiteboard for you to make you understand what I'm talking about. There are two types of typecasting. Typecasting, you know, understand, I just told you, it's a way of converting a data type from the larger to the smaller, okay, or from one data type to the another data type, fine, or from the smaller to the larger. It's just a way to actually fit your smaller box into the larger box, or a larger box into the smaller box. So understand it here, that we are having two boxes. Okay, one box, I'm saying its size is your, you know what, 20. Okay, and I'm saying another box you have, guys, which is having a size, you can consider it anything, it is having 50. So can you put this 20 inside 50? Can you do that? This is what called typecasting with widening. Widening means you're expanding it. Okay, fine. Now what happen if I told you that I want to put this 50 kilogram box or whatever you want inside the 20? Can you do that? Hmm? Is there any way you can do that? Yes, we can do that. Either we just, you know, cut this short 50 blocks into smaller pieces, just put it inside this 20 block, or just, you know, dismantle it whatever you want and put it inside the 20. But don't you understand, this will be a shrinkage of the data, or the data loss, if I am doing or putting this heavier box inside the smaller box. It's not possible, correct? So this is what typecasting narrowing, you are actually narrowing down the larger data type value into the smaller one. Okay, the concept is important because you will be doing this thing and using in your what, automation framework types. Fine, now try to understand how this widening and narrowing working with the typecasting. I'll just try to explain the examples also, but let us see few things, few blocks. Okay, so these are similar blocks only. Fine, just okay, one more, and these are the data types actually that I have written: 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Then I'll just write it a smaller one, a smaller one. Okay, and one more. I'll just put here, put it here, put it here. I just want to bring one more. Okay, so there are 8 data types, we all know. Fine, now how this is working, understand it. So this is what, this is your smallest data type, this is your byte, this is what, your short, mm, short, this is what, your int, write it down, int. Okay, this is what, the next data type, long. Fine, this I am writing in terms of the range. What is this? This is float. Fine, what is this? This is double. Obviously not required that boolean, all these things for now. Okay, just remove this out. Okay, now see this, guys, one more block is there that I'll explain to you later, that is character in between. So what happens, character, that's a character block. So what happens, guys, you can actually store the byte value inside the short value, you can store the byte value inside the character also, because character is also coming from where, numeric type. Fine, you can store this byte value inside int value. Can you do that? Yes, you can store byte in long, float, and double. So this is what, if you're going from this thing left to right, if you're going from here, if you're going from here left to right, okay, this is what, this is typecasting widening. You are actually storing a smaller value into the larger data types. But what if the case, if I'm saying you want to store these higher data types values inside the lower one, can you do that? This is basically a concept of narrowing. You have to explicitly typecast this larger data types value into the smaller ones. Okay, and there can be some data loss also, so it's never recommended, but just for the conceptual purpose and for the interview question, this is important. Okay, obviously we can store the smaller values to the larger one, that's widely accepted, and that's what called typecasting widening. Okay, now let us just see from an example. If I have already given this thing, so I told you byte plus byte cannot be stored inside the byte, or in short, you have to use at least the integer. Fine, now understand this thing. If I am just using this thing, okay, I have a byte value. I'll just put this down again. Guys, 15 minutes more and I'll just finish up this thing. Okay, byte b is equals to what? 10 I have taken. Fine. Now if I'm saying, I told you that we can actually store a smaller data type value to the larger one. Short is larger. Hmm? You agree with me? Short is larger than byte. Fine. If I'm saying sh is equals to b. So what I'm doing in this case, I'm storing the value 10 which was assigned to b, and b has now been assigned to sh. So is there any error? No. This is what called typecasting widening. Fine. Or this is automatically converting from the lower data type to the higher data type. I can also store the same value like this thing to my int also. Okay, I can do the same for my long also, is equals to b, correct? So shorter data types values can be stored inside where? It can be stored inside the larger data types. Fine. Now try to understand how it is different from your typecasting narrowing. Narrowing means lowering down or shrinking down. Fine. Now understand, if I'm telling that I have what int value it is equals to 20, it's a smaller value. Fine. And I'm trying to store it inside byte b is equals to it, the same thing that I'm trying to do. Can you see? Okay, first let it be bu. Fine. Can you see the difference? Can you see an error? It is saying that cannot convert from int to byte. So internally it understands that int stores a larger data type, hence it is never recommended to use or to typecast this integer inside the smaller data type, even if the range is matching. 20 can be within the range of minus 128 to 127. Obviously it isn't within the range of byte, but why even if it is giving that error? Because it understands that you are storing a huge data type inside the smaller one. Please don't do that, it's never recommended. But even then, okay, even then, if we want to store it inside what, hmm, byte, how we will do that? Typecasting, narrowing down. I told you. Now error is gone, and it is understood that okay, now Nishant wants to explicitly change or typecast or convert the data type from the int to the byte, because this 20 value lies within the range. Now let us try to print this. Will this be printing 20? Hmm? Hmm? 20? Yeah, got me. Now you can ask me a question, Nishant. What if I am trying to store this 200 value, because the value, the range of byte is what? Tell me. It's minus 128 to 127. Fine. That means I cannot now store this value, but there is no error. That means Java is actually allowing me to do that, do whatever you want. But can you tell me what should be the output of this case? Hmm? See, we are getting some garbage value, minus 56. Okay, that's why do typecast from the larger data type to the smaller one only if you think that it is within the range. Otherwise don't dare to touch it. Okay, automatic typecasting, if you want to store a smaller data type to the larger one, do it. It's always recommended. Okay, no worries in that case. But obviously from the larger one to the smaller one, it's never recommended. Because why? You will be losing the data, as I told you. Even if you're cutting down the boxes of big box into a smaller one, you are losing the data now. Fine. Now see, if I'm just remove this thing, see, if I'm just remove this thing, why it is saying, it is saying you cannot convert, because it understood, yeah, that it's a huge data type value you are actually trying to store inside the byte. Okay, so either explicitly typecast or don't do. Fine. This is one of the concept. Now tell me, the question. This is the question comes to now. I have a short variable, okay, which is with h, and I am saying it's 25. Okay, it's within the range. Short can store, byte can store, anything can store. What is this? Can you tell me what is this? This is a typecasting narrowing down or typecasting widening. Hmm? We are storing a smaller data type value to the larger one. Int comes after what? Short. So is this a widening or narrowing down? It is a typecast widening. Fine. No error, nothing will be there. Fine. Cool. Okay. One more question for you. Tell me, okay, if I am having int a is equals to 400 now, and what I am trying to do, I am trying to store it inside byte d is equals to a, What is this? This will give an error. But even though if I'm trying to do it like this, uh, byte, is this a narrowing down or a widening approach? It's a narrowing down. And obviously, see, in this case also data will be lost. And I don't know what I'll be getting, but obviously a garbage number, a garbage value I'll be getting. See at the last. The 400, obviously I will be getting. I got what? 112 minus. Because we try to explicitly narrow down the data from the larger data type to the smaller one. Hmm? So, understand the examples of widening. If I am having a very small concept like byte price I am having, which says 100, so obviously that uh, can be stored directly. I can store directly the price. SH is already taken, let it be SH1. Okay, so price can be directly stored inside the short, because this is what your widening approach. Okay, smaller data type to the larger data type. I can store the same to your what, int. Fine, I can store the same to long also. Price long lo is equals to price. I can do that. Same thing I can use the for the float also. But check this out, what response I'll be getting inside the float and in the double. Tell me. I'll just try to, okay, double dou. Tell me what should be the response in case of a float. If I'm trying to store this integer value inside the float value, what should be the response? Hmm? Obviously I'll be getting some decimal numbers. 100.0. 100 is the integer value, and obviously float is what? A decimal value. Applicable and range of float is what? Till 6 to 7 decimal digits. What is the range of double? Till 15 decimal digits. Hmm? Cool. If I'll just tell examples of widening, you're narrowing down. Narrowing down. What? Understand. If I am seeing a double value is there, let it be 20 point or 200. Wait, 200.33. Now understand this. Okay. DUB. Okay, if I'm saying double value, I'm having this, and I want to first of all store it inside the lesser value. What lesser value is there? From lesser than double, it is float, then long, int, character, short, and byte. Hmm? Inside float, what it is there? It is, I'm trying to store it. Possible? No. Fine. Why? Because larger data type cannot be stored inside the smaller one. But even though, let it be, and I'll do a what? Explicit typecasting. Okay. And let me try to print the value of this float also. Check this, what is the response? It will store, because obviously it is within the range. But what if I am saying that this is the case? Okay. And see, did it stored? No, it just printed for 5 to 6 values. That's why our data got shrinked. Our data got lost. Okay, it's never recommended to use the larger data types value or typecast the same into the smaller one. Fine, cool, understood. Now let us see the same concept with your character also one time. We have a character uh, as a. Fine, and what I am trying to do, okay, since I told you character also comes from the numeric family, okay, see this, can we to store it inside the byte? Byte is equals to ch. Can we store? Why it's not allowing me to store? Yeah. Hmm? Because it is saying it understood that the character value is a larger one. Okay, we have multiple character values, as I told you, from the unicode and the ASCII character, but the range of byte is only from the minus 128 to 127. Okay, so there are many values inside the characters whose numeric value actually lies more than 127 also. Okay, that's why it understood that this is a larger data type, and why I printed it inside this one, a character. Here, that's why I have kept the character here, because it's a larger data type, lower than the integer but greater than the byte. What if I am trying to store inside the short? Same thing. It understood that character is larger, that's why I have kept it here. You need to actually typecast explicitly, or doing the narrowing down the typecast. So if I am saying, let it be whatever the value of short your character is there, I just want to typecast to short, and I want to print the value. of byte. What should be the value of this byte? A numeric number or some characters? Hmm? Numeric numbers within some range. So value of, or the ASCII value of this character A is what? Say 97. But internally it already told that character is the larger data type. You cannot store because character has 16,000 Unicodes. It can have any value, any numeric value. That's why you cannot directly store. You have to typecast it. Fine. Hmm? Understood? So these all are the concept, guys. These are very important to understand this table. If you just understand the typecasting thing now, you don't worry. Just explain to the interviewer that the smallest of them, everything is byte. Then there comes a short value. There comes the character, because characters also belongs from your numeric family. There comes integer, then long, float, and double. That means you can actually store the things from a smaller data type to the larger data type, but vice versa is not true. Even if you are doing the vice versa, or the larger data type value to the smaller one, you have to explicitly typecast. And in that, there is no guarantee if your data will be lost or it will be kept intact. Fine. I hope you understand. These are some important concepts: typecasting, your increment, decrement, character concepts, some string concatenations. Hmm? So yes, guys, I think that was something I planned for today. That was all from my end. Uh, may I know if you have any questions? Yeah, Nathan, we need to add, yes. So if we are explicitly writing, see, understand, if we are explicitly writing a float value, okay, see, by default, if I'm just writing float FL is equals to 19.98, okay, it is not taking. So if we have to declare it, we have to assign it F or this F1, okay. But check this, if I'm just saying that I am just printing 19.99. So what's happening internally in this case? I need not to write F because it directly takes a double value. This to be a double value. Fine. That's why it is always recommended to store your constant values inside some variables, a proper variable. Okay. Yeah. Any other question, guys? Okay, so it is, I am advising you again, guys, just take a recording, access as soon as it is processed, do understand it again, look at it again, and do what? Practice the assignments, whatever I am giving. These are really important from your interview practice, because once I am just speaking out, you will be able to understand, but practice at your end will always make more confident, whatever I'm teaching. Hmm? Okay, I think that's all for today, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll meet in 8:30 p.m. call for the API automation. I'll just post this recording once it is ready. Thank you, guys.